Yeah, I got it on my phone. I'm just trying to. I just keep refreshing until it comes up.
Ah, okay, cool, cool. All right, I'm going. I'm going. I'm doing it then. You ready? Yeah.
Up, up.
Okay. We should be live. I think it's working now. Hello, everybody out there. Welcome to the glorious stream, Tech
Yeah,
Something.
you're
And I am joined by
live.
co-host Greg Yesazar. How you doing, Greg Yesazar?
I am doing all right. I was, well, I really wish people like. I think the fun in these streams is watching you set up the stream. Like that
Yeah,
was its own
I am.
interesting.
Yep, you know how bad I am at doing this stuff. Like I setting up
Well, in all
stream.
fairness, OBS kind of screwed you though. I mean,
Well, this is the thing. Yeah, like I've every time I stream now, I've got my outlay. It's all set, and I'm like, cool. All I have to do is open this up, and then I open it up this time. My webcam disappears, and then the chat disappears. Everything's just disappeared, and I'm like, what's going on? So I guess that's what's going on there. So anyway, live streaming noob here, but hopefully the audio is good. You'll notice that I got a Virtuoso headset, and my man over
oh,
the other side of the planet has a Virtuoso as well.
what a coinkydink! That is such a. I cannot believe that it worked out that way. Wow.
Yeah. So here's a true story. I told Greg, I said, you got to plug the cable in because I don't trust the Wi-Fi. And
Are we
he's,
really gonna start with this?
yes, so we gotta be completely transparent to the viewers. I said, look, viewers need the best audio possible. So no, that's all right. That's all right. Stay wireless. You can stay wireless. It's fine.
No, but you don't want to test it? We can try. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So you can see probably a little bit crackle pop on stream, right? That's what's going on. Greg's a little bit crackle pop.
Keep in mind though, we are streaming. I mean, I'm streaming to him. I guess you could call it over Skype. So there is a sort of,
But
you know,
you
bit
still
rate issue
gotta.
there.
Did you hit the button?
No, not yet.
Okay, okay, yeah. So you can hit
Wait,
that,
and
and he
now.
goes. Then he's going to go to a wired mode. Yeah, and then
Yeah, and
yeah,
then wired.
and then you'll notice the crackle pop will be completely gone. I guarantee
So
you guys.
Brian
Yeah.
thinks that it's like, Brian says this sounds way better, which I can't attest to because I haven't actually listened to myself
Yeah.
on this thing yet.
Chat
But
will decide. Chat will tell you. So,
okay.
guys, juicy stream here today. We're going to talk about Zen 3. We're going to talk about Intel's Rocket Lake. We're going to talk about RTX 3000 series delayed. I mean, this one's a no-brainer. I mean, I think everything's delayed this year. 2020 is just the year that what the sleeping year. Like it's just
Yeah,
it's
all
gone.
hibernating.
Yeah, it's a year that's just like gone. That's all it is. I think we can already see that, and it is. Do you know what else it's the year for?
I don't. I have no idea. Actually, no
S-
idea.
Budget Supreme. Now I had the Supreme in there. Supreme, dude. Like yesterday.
That already upsells it. That's good. You're off to a good start.
Well, I think you gotta like. This is the thing. I know it's gonna be. There's gonna be a lot of negative stuff going on out there, but you just gotta find the positive stuff you can do in these situations. Like there's got to be something positive you can do. And I figured, well, I can just like go below that bar that I was usually going, and I can try and get stuff out of dumpsters. I can try and get these free keyboards and mice and these $10 19-inch monitors and just start making some magic happen. And that's,
Hmm.
man, that build I did yesterday was so exciting. It was so much fun.
Are you having inventory problems like with your used flips and stuff?
Oh,
Or you,
we can talk about
yeah.
that straight away. We can talk about inventory problems straight away because yes, this is huge, right? It's not just the new parts, right? New sellers are coming in. Australia's going to get it's going to get hit a lot worse than America too. And the reason being is because the US dollar has gotten so much stronger against the Aussie dollar. And what this has set up is a situation in Oz where parts are just going to they're going to get jacked. Like they're already going up in price. Like I was getting 1650 supers for about 220 Aussie, say about a month ago, or whatever. Now they're like 280. So there's already a price increase of 60 Aussie dollars for a 1650 super. Now that will probably go up more. I'm guessing because of what I'm hearing. Because right now I've got guys who supply me used parts, and they're telling me we can't even go get the used parts because everything's shutting down. So they're basically being forced to shut down. If that's making any sense. So like everything is just, all the chains in the line are just getting shut off, and so supply is just drying up. And then I've got these guys in China who are messaging me saying, we got supply, we got stock, we're ready to go. And I'm like, yeah, what's the best price you can do for 120 gigabyte SSDs, DDR3 memory, DDR4 memory? And they send me the price list, and my jaw drops. I'm like, what? So like, why has prices gone up 50%? Like literally 50% on SSDs, RAM, and then couple that with the Aussie dollar tanking, you've literally got like an 80% increase in prices from what I was used to getting.
But
So
you know that our dollar is being devalued heavily as well. I mean, all the fiscal policy that we've been enacting just to get our
that's gonna,
economy
yeah, that's gonna take a few
off the
years.
ground.
That's gonna take a few years to flow through, but that will flow through.
I mean,
Um,
it's already. I can't say to what extent you're seeing on the used market
yeah.
things being
So,
dried up. I mean, to what extent is that to can you blame the problem for that, or is it just
it's the helicopter,
terrible
man.
fiscal policy, right?
Helicopter, bro. Helicopter drops. They're doing them in Australia. I think they're doing them worldwide. Like I read an article about Thailand and the helicopter drop. Just they're like, people are like, we want our helicopter drop. We want our helicopter money. Where is it? And the government's like, well, we can't give you everybody helicopter money. We can only give those who really,
Well,
really need it. And
that's what we're doing. I mean, we're
yeah,
giving more people, like we're giving most. I mean, I think you qualify for a $1,500 or so payment if you make under 100K as a single adult, and if you make under 200K roughly as a, if you file jointly with your spouse. So, I mean, and these are like just these aren't even going to be taxed. Like these
mm,
are just kind of upfront. They're calling them rebates, but it's just free money that we're handing out. I mean, this is
yeah,
part of a multi-trillion-dollar stimulus bill,
yeah.
effectively. Our interest rates have dropped to nearly
Zero,
zero, and
yeah,
once you go to zero, it's irreversible. I mean, unless you do some really wacko stuff in
yeah.
economics, there's really no way to come back from a negative or zero interest rate,
Well,
which is also going to devalue the dollar.
is it?
It might make us seem more appealing because people are going to still want to invest in us, but at the end of the day, the cost to borrow money there's almost no cost effectively according to the Fed. Now banks are still charging extreme interest rates. That's because
Which is that
banks want return.
country? Which is the country that's got negative interest rates? Is it Denmark or something?
Many of them do.
Yeah, like in
Many
Europe.
European
Yeah.
countries have negative interest rates. Japan also has negative, and Japan's
No,
done
don't.
some. Yeah,
Japan's
they
pretty.
do.
Really? Point.
I did a
Is it
bunch of
negative point
research on
one?
this. Yeah, I mean it's not far. It's not like -2 or -3. Even the
Okay.
European countries aren't that far off zero. But Japan recently tried what we're almost doing now. The Bank of
Doesn't work.
Japan, it's the Federal Reserve of Japan,
Yeah.
was buying ETFs. They
Yeah.
were buying stock, like public stock,
Yeah.
in order to keep their economy afloat. And then they also dropped interest rates below zero, and they're still not. I mean, you know, the problems aside, health problems aside, they're still in a pretty big trough. So
Maybe they just need a virtuoso headset to get them through. So
yeah,
tough times. I don't know, but the thing with Japan is, and they've tried stimulus and all that stuff in the past, and I'll attest this. I used to live there. They get the money and they save it. They don't spend it, and that's like the government doesn't know what to do over there. Like it's a big problem for them to, like, when they hand out money. So I guess in Australia they're handing out money too. They, like, there's these, I think it's $750, which is already coming into people's pockets. That's why, you have a heap of gaming PCs ready. I'm not gonna sit here and try and pretend I'm a saint, but yeah, like when that money comes through, I got gaming PCs ready. But now I got no gaming PCs ready, and
yeah.
yeah, I mean, people are like, dude, that's what I mean. People are begging me for PCs right now. Like I'm getting flooded with messages like, man, you got this PC available? I'm like, oh damn, because like sometimes I like to leave like an ad up and just get some feelers. If I'm making something else in the process, I can be like, hey, I've got this coming up. And now I'm getting messages. I'm like, no, I don't have any PC coming up. Like, there's just nothing. I got like the last one I built yesterday. I'm looking at it right now. It's like the last. So
Yeah.
it's scary, man, because I don't know. I can't build any more gaming PCs anymore. So, and I've called my supplier up yesterday. I'm like, dude, please give me something. Get me something, please. And he's like, I can't. Like, he went and saw someone, and they apparently had like 20 PCs, and he's like, please, can I get them? Please, can I get them? And
Golly.
the guy's like, no, we're going into lockdown, dude. You have to wait until this lockdown lifts.
Shit.
So it's really bad. Like at the moment, the situation's really bad. Situation's dire. In terms of what the governments are doing, like if you look at governments and what they're doing, no one really knows if they're doing the right thing or the wrong thing, because we've never been in this situation in modern day era, right? We've only times have changed so much where we're so reliant on technology and all this stuff, and it's such a weird time to be alive. That's all I'll say, man. Like it's like my like if sometimes you'll see in my video, rarely you'll see there's a view, right? We got a view where I live, and out the coast now, all the lights are just switched off, like all those big hotels and stuff, and so like tourism is just slumped to a massive slump, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's just weird. Like it's just such weird times to be alive, man.
The unemployment rate here is really, I mean, obviously we're expecting it to be temporary
Mm,
and caused by one specific thing,
yeah,
but it's way higher than we predicted it would be,
yeah,
which is resulting in more people attempting to apply for unemployment
yeah,
benefits, which will also have, that will reap problems for us later on down the line as well, just because how we're going to fund it. Oh, we're just going
yeah,
to make more money. Okay, well, there's more currency devaluation.
yeah,
Um, but there was a book that I read. I think I read it in a book where back in the old days, before you had all these computers that were calculating all these ups and downs and basing all these stock prices off of balance sheets and all this and that,
yeah,
quarterly revenues and all that stuff. They would just look outside at the factories, and they would see if the factories were pumping out smoke.
yeah,
And if they were pumping out smoke, it meant they were in business. They had orders coming through. They were working. They were manufacturing, whatever they were doing.
yeah,
But when the smokestack stopped pumping out the smoke, that meant there was a problem.
yeah,
And I mean, the equivalent of that today, I would guess, would be something around like you said, with lights being off, or not being as many cars on the road.
yeah,
Maybe an industrial highways just totally empty now,
yeah,
and that's just an indication that you're not manufacturing anymore, which
yeah.
is why prices are going up across the board because there are less of those goods in supply now.
Yeah, 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 exactly. Is my also just quickly, is my chat unavailable like on the live stream? I'm just trying to check.
Yeah,
Yeah. I guys,
it is.
I apologize. I don't know what's going on with this chat. Like I've tried copy pasting the thing in properties. It's just not working. So
Wait, in
yeah.
source for
Yeah.
the
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you got the pop out here, right? You can see it on stream. I might as well just show it quickly. So we got the pop out here. There's the live pop out. There's the chat. And
I
I
can't see
copy
your
I
stream.
copy that.
It's
Well, you will be
blue.
able to see it soon. So, and then I've got like there's the thing there. I go to properties. I'm like, hey, yeah, let's use that, and it doesn't work.
Hmm,
Maybe I just like go okay, nothing, and then we try it again.
that's weird.
Yeah, I don't. Again, I really. Oh, there. Okay, so it was just a bug. Again, this is the problem I'm facing with live streaming. It's just bugging out, and
Yeah.
now it's working. So anyway, okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that rude interruption because I like to read chat while we're going through. And yeah, the thing is, like, we could just sit here and pretend like nothing's going on, which is so hard for me to pretend. Like, how can you pretend like nothing's going on in the world? Of course, we can't talk about the human thing directly because our careers are in jeopardy when we do that. But we got to
It's
talk.
true.
You have to be able to talk about this stuff, man. You know what I mean? You have to be able to talk about it because it's affecting what I'm doing here directly,
Yeah.
and that I can't
Yeah.
go out and get parts anymore. I can't. A lot of the videos, like a lot of the builds you'll see, that's me sourcing parts. A lot of the not just that, right? It's a lot of these weird one-time parts I'll get, and I'll do videos on that too. So like literally half my content is coming to a crux, and so it's yeah, it's kind of weird. Um, anyway, yeah. So I'll figure out. Like, we're gonna be going down this tangent now, where it's gonna be so retro, it's not funny because I do have a stack of retro parts that I haven't dug into yet. So it'd be like Pentium 3 or something. I think that might be coming.
Oh my God.
Oh
Of
yeah,
course, you would have a reserve of like
yeah. There's
OG
yeah.
parts. Oh my
Oh
God.
yeah, get ready, guys. Get ready, chat, because this is going to get juicy. But that being said, right, we got delays on hardware. We're going to talk about Zen 3 now. I pull up a Dord TV's article here. I know some people aren't the biggest fan of Adored and they think his rumors aren't true. But I know one thing, when it comes to an AMD rumor, that guy has some direct links. I know because I'm not going to say too much, but there's guys telling me like, yeah, we told Adored this stuff like 3 weeks, like we're at these events, you know what I mean? And they're like saying, yeah, we told Adored TV, we're so tight knit with him. And yeah, he gets access to the leaks as they come. I know that for a fact. So he's basically saying like Zen 3 is they're going to change the design a little bit. So they're essentially like they're doubling the level 3 cache, but then they're sticking it to one CCX. And I think this is going to be a better design. Well, obviously it's going to be better because they're computer engineers. But they're looking at a 10 to 15% bump in IPC, which again is incredible. They do use the word only, so I will critique that. It's like, nah, dude, any year over year, if you can get a 15% IPC bump, that is like so good in this current climate of tech, right?
Yeah, especially what we've been used to from the blue team. Jesus.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. So anything's welcome. Like I wouldn't say only. But in terms of the core count, it looks like I'm guessing they'll stick with this. Apparently there'll be more cores, more threads, but I think the market's really had a taste of more cores, more threads, and it's something that's not really needed. Like past,
not past a certain point.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like I'd say 16 cores is pretty much high end for like me. I don't need any more than 16, or I got the 18. I don't need any more than that, and that's why I've had no desire to change over to TRX 40 and do all this content, because I know my passion's just not there for it, man. When I started testing it out and benchmarking it and doing all the tests, then I was like, I didn't notice anything, as opposed to when I got my hands on the 18 core, I was like, ooh, that's a lot better than 8 cores for what I do. And so you can tell that straight away. So the 16 cores, if they can work on the 16 core especially and get the IPC as good as possible, just make it this just absolute dominant 16 core, then that's where it's going to be for them, I think. Especially
it does say at the bottom, lastly, we do have a small Zen 4 leak, mostly just confirmation logical assumption that Zen 4 will feature even more cores. So there obviously still is at least somewhat of a push to have a higher core count chip, which I wonder how that will affect like software utilization. Like as of right now, I can think of a handful of things that I do that actually require that 16 cores, 32 threads, insane workhorse of a chip, a 3950X.
Yeah.
But it's like, how much more are you willing to go on a consumer platform before it just looks like flexing? Like, okay, you're just walking around with your shirt off because you can, not because you actually need to, Like,
yeah.
we know, we get it. AMD is good at the core count thing. Like you've already proven that to us. No one is disputing that.
Yeah.
But I would prefer, like you said, if they stop emphasizing that and they start emphasizing the IPC bump. 15% is a huge bump. And if that actually happens, I will be genuinely impressed. Because, like you said, we're just not accustomed to those kinds of jumps in IPC
every year,
at all.
year over year. No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so I would say a conservative estimate is going to be somewhere in the realm of 6 to 8%, which would still be great. I'd still be perfectly fine with that. No complaints on IPC side. But the frequency is what we need to focus on now a little more, I think, because getting to 4.2, 4.3, maybe 4.4, I get it. It's harder to do with higher core count chips, and that's part of the problem. If they keep focusing on the high core count side of things, then you're not going to get even more performance out of individual threads, which is what Intel is doing better, and that's the only reason why Intel is even remotely recommended anymore amongst tech enthusiasts, is because they still have that core count or that core frequency advantage,
Here it is, brother. I'm throwing it at you. I'm just throwing at you. Okay, do you know another thing too is, this is a curveball. Have you ever thought that maybe the ring bus was just that good too? Like, we're talking latency here, because I've heard, been reading up a lot about the trading, high frequency traders and stuff. They all swear by Intel. They go like, ring bus. These guys don't use anything else. And it's just latency. Ring bus is king still for latency. And do you think Intel's even having a hard time outdoing their own design? That is the thing. So like they've got a niche there still. They've got a niche there still. And that latency thing is
Ring
that
bus latency's got to be. I last I checked, if I recall correctly, 20, 30 milliseconds. I think compared to. I might be totally off.
nanoseconds?
I
Like what
feel.
you just got to look at the actual cache, level 1 cache, level 2 cache, level
Oh
3
well,
cache and stuff.
cache is
And
always going to be
yeah,
instant. But I mean, from core to core, or like when they all share a common L3 or whatever.
yeah,
It's like that latency is, I want to say on the
it's
effect of 2 to 3 times
snappy.
faster than the Infinity Fabric latencies, even with tightly tuned RAM. Something that has insanely low cache latencies and really high frequencies.
Yeah.
And that's part of the problem too, is it's dependent on another thing. Whereas the Intel stuff, I mean, you could pop 2133 into an Intel platform or 4000.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the differences are marginal compared to those that you would see on the AMD platform,
Yeah.
especially the Zen stuff. So, yeah, I think you're right. They're definitely. Oh, he's winding up, folks.
Nah, that's it. I was just faking. I was faking a curveball. That's all I was doing. Don't
But
worry.
you're
Don't
right,
mind
though. I
me.
think Intel. I think Intel's struggling to do like they obviously. I feel like they see the need to bump core count. They have to now. I mean, their hands are tied. But how do they do that in a ring bus design? I mean, you could ditch that totally and go to the HEDT stuff. Same thing they do with the 1090DXE and whatnot. But at that point, you lose that snappiness. Some of those programs definitely benefit from that
You
architecture.
lose the
Um,
razor's edge. That's what it is. You lose the razor's edge. And are they like? That's what I mean. They're probably looking back at the architects that designed Narlum and Sandy Bridge, and they're like, "Yo, what'd you guys do? Can you redo this stuff?" They're like, "No, we outdid ourselves back then." So
You've already peaked. You've
yeah,
peaked.
yeah,
We're just coming down off
yeah.
the summit now.
That's it. We peaked, guys. That's it. Just it's tech the x86 done. Let's just pack up shop. So,
Yeah.
uh, so that's it's just funny. I don't know. Like you look at it, right? You look at it, and it is what it is. So I think they need to. I think there's going to be a radical new design. It wasn't IBM developing that graphene processor and stuff. That's kind of like the future.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
wait,
apparently they have 5 nanometers, and I mean they're always finding ways to get around quantum tunneling, right? Which is the
mm,
ultimate barrier to something tighter than around 5 nanometer. But
yeah,
uh, I expect, I mean, if you get down to 4 or 3, you're gonna have to change how you approach the
yeah,
transistor because you can't get around. I mean,
yeah,
you can mitigate to an extent, but physics will do what it's, you know,
yeah.
it's it's just laws. It's what we study in nature. It's how we see things happen, and there's really ultimately no way to get around it.
So basically, Zen 3, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm thinking again, like 8 cores, 16 threads is where it's at right now. I think if you're like, even if you've got a lot of money and you're gaming or whatever, 8 core, 16 threads is perfect for you. Like I see a lot of guys that want to get the 12 core, they want to get the 16 core. I'm like, are you really going to use that? Oh, but I'm going to be streaming.
Right.
I'm streaming now.
Yeah.
My CPU doesn't use much. I'm watching the utilization. CPU's 1.6. I can show you guys on stream how much CPU is being used. 1.8%. Like, where's this whole like? Can you see that? It's 1.8%. So like, I'm streaming from my GPU. That's why you got to stream from your GPU encoder. Don't be fooled
Yeah.
by this streaming crap. Like everywhere you go, get a good SSD. Make sure you really, if you're doing any content creation, spend money on a decent SSD. I'm not the bangers that I use in my builds, not the AliExpress specials. Use something good, like a MLC drive or something that's really good. Samsung do a great job on their higher end SSDs. They're really good. Yeah, throw it at me. Yeah, I'm ready. There we go. Throw it.
Here
Oh,
it comes.
yeah.
All right.
So,
All right. So, would you still be okay using the NVIDIA encoder, the new one or the old one? Doesn't matter. Let's assume you're using an RTX 2070, which is a mid to high range card,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
If you're using that card and you want to stream games, and let's say it's Witcher 3, or I don't know, Crisis 3, okay? Something that's graphically intensive, would you still want to use your NVIDIA encoder?
yeah. You ready for it? I'm coming back. I'm throwing a curveball back at you. I'm throwing a curveball on a curveball. You know the truth.
What?
I'm streaming right now on a GTX 1070. Yeah, what up? So,
But you're not playing games with it though. That's the thing.
yeah, I know, but I'm
And
video
you
editing
don't
with
have
it.
the new encoder. motherboard,
yeah,
right? The new NVIDIA,
yeah.
I think, whatever they call it. Yeah.
So 1070 is such a
But
good sweet spot. It's a good sweet
oh, it
spot
is.
card. It's a great
I'm
card still,
fine.
man. It's great for streaming. It's great for video editing. I find it's really good. There is one problem with the 1070 though from the RTX series that I've noticed, and that is if my clips are long enough in Adobe Premiere Pro, it'll like it won't desync the audio on the video, but when you're reading, you read the audio line,
Mm.
like you'll see all the bumps and stuff, and that's where I've messed up. It desync like that's all over the place. So you don't know where you like. It's just got different lines for your audio than where you're actually speaking. It's such a weird
That
bug.
sounds like
I'll have
that
to.
sounds like a Premiere bug,
Yeah,
but
it's a Premiere bug with GTX 1070 because it doesn't happen on
yeah,
RTX card. So
yeah, that's really weird.
yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, so yeah, that's that going on. So we got Zen 3. Let us know in the chat. Are you? Oh, and apparently it's a new socket. The biggest thing too. Apparently it's going to be a
Oh,
new
I
socket.
was going to ask that. They
That's
said
a
Zen 4 is a new socket as well. I wonder if it's a totally different socket than
Actually,
Zen 3.
this is what we got to talk about. If it's a new socket, that kind of like that's like what about this upgrade path that everyone's telling me about? You know what I mean? Because like I'm here
I
doing
think that
it.
yeah,
I'm doing
I,
an A320 and a Ryzen 5 3600. Now people are telling me upgrade path. You can go Ryzen 5000, dude, and if you get a X570, you can go Ryzen 5000 in the future. Sorry, kid, no. So
they
that
they did promise socket support through 2021, I think originally, if I'm not mistaken. And then I
yeah,
think they dropped that down to 2020. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm trying to remember what we talked about at Computex because that was something I specifically asked them was socket support and were they going to actually honor their pledge because that was one of the bargaining chips AMD used was, hey, if you buy into our platform early, you're going to be good for years. So why not?
yeah,
Whereas Intel shafts you every generation with oh, you
yeah.
need, sorry, Z97 doesn't work. You need Z170. Oh, okay, well,
Yeah.
Z270, that might work with the BIOS update. Z370, nope, gonna need a new chip. Whatever, Z390 now, they have another chip set. I don't,
I'm
you know,
sorry, sir.
at the at the end of the day, and that's to be frank, the socket stayed the same, right? It was still LGA 1150. Well, actually, it did change, but we've used the AM4 socket
Yeah,
for all of Ryzen to date,
yeah,
and it's I I think people who are more budget conscious aren't going to care because they weren't in the market for a brand new Zen 3 chip anyway. They're going to probably look at this as an opportunity to buy now cheaper Zen 2, Zen Plus, original Zen stuff because now that's going to be,
yeah.
off the
That
shelf.
well,
It's not going to be manufactured anymore. It's used market
that's me.
galore, right?
That's me, man.
So
Yeah. So please, AMD, bring out that new socket. Yeah, I want some cheap. I want some cheap Zen 2
yeah, oh
stuff.
man. Another
Yeah,
man's trash is
yeah.
another man's treasure.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, especially around Tech Yes City, man. So it's funny. Hey, yeah, I love this stuff, man. Give me that. Give me that used Zen stuff finally. Yeah. Because
Yep.
yeah, but that's the funny thing. Like people buying because I find Zen's actually starting to do Zen 2 anyway, and Zen Plus. The original Zen 1000 series, man. Oh, like not many people want that. Like let's be honest.
Yeah. Zen
Um,
Plus is a good sweet spot for a
yeah.
lot of people.
But so what?
2600.
So what I'm getting now is a lot of people who buy high-end PCs, they want Zen 2 in there. Like they want the AMD option, and it's great. But the thing is, a lot of those guys too, when they buy this, they're like, I want an X5, I want the best motherboard, bro. It's got to have it. No, you just don't understand. I'm like, dude, like,
Yeah.
just I say to them, dude, you're gonna be spending another like X $100 on this motherboard that you're probably not even gonna utilize the features on. Let's be real. Save that
Yeah.
money. I just tell them honestly, save that money, man. In a couple of years' time, yeah,
By then it's not yeah, you're not even going to care about that platform
yeah,
because you're going to be on something else
yeah.
totally different, right? That's
So,
going to be
yeah,
ancient AM3 plus stuff now,
yeah,
right? It's I I understand why they would want something that's flashier, beefier looking. Like a motherboard is obviously it's a vital component, but like you said, it's really just one of those. It's like options on a car.
yeah,
Like at the end of the day, the car is gonna freaking run just fine. But maybe you want the carbon fiber trim pack. Maybe you want the Bang& Olufsen sound system. Maybe you want the 20-inch rims. Like that kind of stuff is optional. But at the end of the day, it's not going to affect the way that your CPU runs to
yeah,
to the extent that it's going to function properly. You might be able to overclock a bit more, run faster memory. But again, those are added on top of the fact that it is at least compatible. And yeah, budget conscious people should definitely be looking at the B series stuff, which has gotten a lot better since the original Zen release. The original B350 boards, some of those were questionable, although at the end of the day they still work. But B450 got better. Who knows where the hell B550 is, but I don't think it's going to matter now because if we're already talking Zen 3,
Yeah.
probably ain't coming.
So, but that's what I mean. So, like, I just told these guys that before we move on to the, I know some people in the chat like, yo, move on to the NVIDIA subject. Love heart. Okay, yeah, I put that love heart up there too.
I see that one. I see
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so okay, so basically with this upgrading stuff, look back on trends, right? There's only three things that I'd be spending my money on personally. That is a good power supply if you want it to last forever, a good case, and a really good SSD. That'd be the three things that you can see via trends. They don't improve a whole lot over the years. Like, you don't, like, you look at the Air 540, man, that case is still one of the best, in my opinion. If you bought that back then, you made a really good investment. You buy some Seasonic power supply back in the day, or Corsair power supply, it was really good. You buy a really good MLC SSD, you're still laughing. So yeah, those are the three things if you want to spend money on upgrade path. Just grab them. They'll last you for a long time. Anyway, NVIDIA article. Let's move over now. NVIDIA. Big NV. Big NV. We've been waiting for this. We've been waiting for NVIDIA's 3000 series. Tech enthusiasts have been waiting for Ryzen, sorry, not Ryzen, yeah, Ryzen 3000 RTX 3060, yeah, and Greg's been waiting for RTX
I've been
3000.
waiting.
He's been
Let
low.
me
He's
tell you.
been low key telling me, dude, I just can't wait to get a proper NVIDIA graphics card in my machine. I'm said, dude, just wait. Nah, but now he's gonna have to wait longer. This is the problem. He's gonna have to wait longer now because of a particular thing going on. Now, I'm pretty upset. I'm pretty upset with this because I was looking forward to this a lot. Like, a lot. Because I wanted to see some real big gains. I wanted to see NVIDIA's architectural gains. I wanted to see him drop the node. I wanted to see, hey, node shrink, fellas.
Oh, I want to see that. So I want to see him drop a node, huh?
And yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's it. And I want, the biggest thing I wanted to see. I wanted to see some, like, people disown or condone it in our industry, but I wanted to see Jensen and Lisa Sue flexing at each other, going at it. I,
Yeah,
lo-
no, that's
I,
good. That's
I
good.
love, I love the crap talk, man. I absolutely
Yeah,
love it. Like, bring it on.
that's
So
good.
I wanted to see
Yeah.
a few more remarks, and yeah, but we didn't get that. So, well, not yet. And now rumors has it. I'm getting rumors behind the talk here that it's all delayed until September. That's they're saying August in the title here, but it's
Which, well, wink a dink, that's Computex time,
yeah.
roughly.
So
So,
it's looking like everything's going to be pushed back until September. Main reason being is just supply chains and everything, right? These graphics cards aren't going to probably be, well, they're not going to be able to be shipped properly. They're not going to be able to be manufactured properly. There's all that in there.
and plus the atmosphere too. I mean, do you want to release a card or a
No.
series of cards at this time? I mean, it just,
Well,
manufacturing constraints aside, I just don't think that it makes sense for them to wait for a show where they are used to announcing things like this because that's when you build the hype. That's when you have the media outlets present and
mm.
super, just ready to fire, hit the enter key and
Well,
publish.
that's another thing too, is they don't want to release it when everything else, like you can't build a used PC, you can't build a new PC. All these other parts are out there, you can't build
Yep.
them. So, I mean, we've gone over the
Yep.
performance in the past. This is going to be big. RTX 3080, RTX 3070, RTX 3060. I'm looking forward to that a lot. And I don't know, this is one thing I don't know yet, is if the delays are going to mean the 3060 will come out the same time as the 3070 and 3080.
No, no way.
Do you
No
think
way.
do you think Nvidia is just gonna go, hey, love for
Oh, they're
everybody?
they're gonna push everything back, man. They're gonna push it off. Like it would be shocking for them to break tradition and release lower end cards at the same time. And the reason why we've talked about this in other streams is the more expensive cards are less attainable, and they know they're gonna sell less of them if they release everything at the same time. So why not we let some of those guys that are on the fence bite the bullet if they want a new card now and spend a bit more for the higher end stuff, and then by the time the lower end stuff is already leaked out, people that were potentially buyers of the lower end stuff already bought more expensive cards, which I'm assuming they have better margins on anyway. And so that's how you kind of get people
Just
to buy
So
the higher end
yeah,
stuff. You know what I mean?
I think they
Yeah.
need to release it early and charge 10 grand if that's the case. They need like GX 3080 Ti,
Well, they do
yours.
effectively. I mean,
Yeah,
they lower prices after a while, you know. I mean, granted, I mean, I'm sure the fab process probably becomes more efficient with time. That's the case with yields across the board for the most part. But I mean, people who want it now will pay a premium for it. They know that. And the same goes for the higher end card that they may not necessarily need. They'll still pay more to get the higher end card because it's the only card you can get, and they want to be one of the first to get the new architecture, right? The new
Yeah.
series.
I mean, complete logic. But most important question I want to know is do you want more RGB? And this is the chat as well. Do you want less RGB or more RGB on your new RTX graphics cards? I want, I want the whole side of the card to light up, like look,
I
and the fans as well. If you can get the side and the fans to light up, that is great because when you,
I don't care about any of that. I want to be able to change the logo color. Jesus, I'm
yeah,
sick of the same neon green crap, okay, that
yeah,
only works in a neon green black themed build.
true,
I want to be able to change
yeah.
that. And apparently there's functionality baked in for RGB support,
I heard
but it's
this.
only set to green for, you know, obviously it's NVIDIA's color, but why not let us
Yeah.
break tradition a bit and,
Come on,
you know,
NVIDIA. Come on, NVIDIA. We all want this.
ah,
We all want proper RGB. I want it to sync up to Corsair IQ so I can have my graphics card go whoosh through
it
there.
would make the cards more appealing.
It
AIB
would.
cards are already more appealing in their own rights, right? Especially
Yeah.
when they're priced competitively. But one of the things stopping me from I like the new Founders cards. They run quiet for the most part. They might be questionably built, but the build quality
They look good.
itself is good.
They look
They
good.
look freaking
Mm.
good.
Yeah.
There's no sag. The way they build these cards, there's no sag anymore like there were in
Yeah.
the old ones. I don't have many complaints at all, apart from the fact that, you know, it's just cosmetic stuff, maybe overclocking to an extent, but yeah, let me change the dang color. I hate green,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Yeah. So I remember when the card first came out. You remember like there was this like people trying to make fun of it, like it looks like a toaster. I'm like, yeah, it looks like a really good toaster. I think things good. So I mean I love the look of the Founders cards. They did a good job on that. But yeah, please give us some proper RGB. One thing I did like was Galax, how they put that RGB backplate on the card. Like that was neat. It didn't really get enough attention. It was on like the EXOC white, the 1070 I had. It's an EXOC. You had it too, I think, the white one, and you said it was a
2070 or
bit
1070?
1070, and it was a bit beige or something. You
Oh,
remember
I
that
got
one?
it. The sniper.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It was like a freaking eggshell. It wasn't even white. It was
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah. They've
eggshell.
messed up the color, but the backplate. They remember they had
Big
the
time.
RGB backplate. That was like I legit
It
thought
was,
that was
yeah, the LEDs showed,
yeah,
like they shone through the side
yeah,
kind of, so it just looked like a nice strip going around underneath
yeah,
the back plate. That was clean. That looked really
yeah.
good. I actually just used that card in a build, and I had three different like whites in the build. I had a cool white, a warm white, and then whatever the heck the Glax card is, like an eggshell beige
Yeah,
color. It
yeah.
was like the cringiest white build I've ever put together.
Just a bit of. So you're going for the white on white paint color.
Dude, yeah, but it
Yeah.
was like in the worst way possible.
No, coffee on
uh,
white on beige white. Yeah, there's my new color, fellas. And this
yeah.
color is ugly. Okay. All right. So we've got a RTX 3000. It's going to be delayed. I've heard this from not just these articles. I've heard it from sources as well. And yeah, that's a definite right now. Who knows when this stuff. Honestly, they're like from what I can see, things will even have a taste of normality from July. That's what I'm hearing. Like this is gonna go on for a while. This stuff. The good thing is, at least locally here, they've dropped the price of burritos from $11.40 down to $9.90. That deserves a shout out in its own. Guzman's.
Yep.
Yeah. Cheap burritos. Okay. Anyway, we've got here Rocket Lake. This is the new architecture from Intel. We've got supposedly we've got a new IPC gains, but we've got the 14 nanometer edge still for clock speeds. So they don't want to drop it to 10 nanometer because they want to keep their clock speeds up. But we're going to get new IPC from Intel. That is interesting.
And PCI 4.
Yeah.
Not that it matters for most
Yeah.
cards, but well, it does for drives, I guess, to an extent, certain
I,
drives.
I'm going to be honest, man. In my workflow, PCIe Z4 doesn't really matter at all. Like,
No, it doesn't. And
mm.
for a lot of people, it won't. It's just one of those things. Again, you can just flex with your shirt off because you can. You know,
Hey,
if you
well,
want to
I
spend
will point
money
you
on
out
it.
though. Flexing on your shirt off, like I would do it. I would do it, but I just like I haven't gone out in the sun enough. I haven't worked out enough,
Yeah,
dude.
but that's
You
called a
know?
troll because we know that we're not on
Yeah,
that level. Maybe not
yeah.
yet, but we're just trolling people at that
That's it.
point
So
because
yeah,
who
kudos
the
to the
heck cares?
guy. I mean, kudos to the guy outside with his shirt off, showing off his gear.
Uh,
You know, like kudos
now
to that guy.
I have to
Yeah,
ask:
yeah.
is this 14 nanometer plus 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 plus?
No, it's 14 nanometer x to the 5 to the
It is?
squared.
No, that was a
Yeah.
joke, bro. Is it actually still 14 nanometer?
Yes, that's
It's
what they're saying. Like
oh
that's what they're going to say. Rocket Lake's going to be 14 nanometer. We're going to get Z490 as well, so there'll be a
oh
new motherboard. Apparently, it's a different
oh
socket too, so it'd be
my
different socket PCIe 4.
oh my.
New IPC. Apparently, it's going to be a 10 core, 20 thread.
Ooh,
So they're
ooh,
coming in with that.
ooh.
This is all the
Uh,
rumors, but yeah, apparently more DDR4 speeds. Official DDR4 3600 controller, maybe.
Bro, is this like I honestly none of this is very impressive. This like just knowing in the back of my head that we're still on 14
I
nanometer.
mean, Intel need to come out. They need to come out with something big, and this is not like. I mean, IPC's good.
This
I
isn't
want
big.
IPC.
But this isn't big. I mean, this is the same rehashed crap with few
No,
tweaks.
no, no. I said that. I
Obviously,
said
they're
they need to come out with something big. I said this isn't big.
oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. You're
Well,
like,
no,
yeah,
this isn't.
no.
Sorry, no. The chipset is the more impressive thing here. I mean, obviously, you need a CPU that's compatible with the chipset for these features to work. But
Yeah.
I'm more impressed with the chipset just because it's offering things that AMD's already offered. Finally, and that's sad. Like I'm more interested in the chipset than
I
I am
mean,
the CPU.
I'm just gonna throw this out. Do you reckon we'll get another security flaw that only affects first, second, and third and fourth gen? Oh, this one affects Haswell.
Oh,
Here's this new security
uh,
flaw. It just affects Haswell because like
it just
Haswell,
has
oh,
one.
Haswell is like one of the most popular like used platforms right now. It is hot, dude.
Oh
Haswell
yeah.
is hot right now. Like, not only is it actually
It
hot
still retains
internally,
its value too, man.
it's
Good
good.
God,
Yeah.
compared to AMD stuff, it is still pricey. I
Oh,
mean, that's
Haswell's on fire, dude, because it still runs right. You disable Spectre and Meltdown on that thing, it's really good. I'll do a video on Haswell this month, definitely. Like, Haswell is it for used stuff right now. I asked my suppliers, you got any 4th gen stuff in? Bro, 4th gen, 4th gen. Everyone's looking around for 4th gen. Big thanks to the patron dude who messaged me, Craig. He messaged me. I haven't responded yet, but I just saw the message, and he's like, yo, here's a link. And he's like, jump on eBay, grab all these. And I snapped them all up, these 4th gen HPs. Because the more you buy, the more you save. Some of
yeah,
the eBay sellers have that. I like that feature. So
yeah,
I saved 10%. I was like, sweet, gonna get some HPs delivered, and then
yeah.
yeah, man, reuse that motherboard, power supply, cooler. You got the value there. The value's there, and you've got an i7. Now, this is one thing I'm going to talk about with the CPU SKUs. Apparently, the i7 8700 is now going to be the i5 10600 or something.
Can they?
10,600.
Oh my
It's like,
God, are we on
yeah,
10,600? Really?
yeah. What are they doing? Like,
Like,
what are they doing? Seriously, you do realize a used i7 8700 is then going to have more value than a 10,600 because
yeah, that's all they're doing. Yeah,
people are going to look at that and go, what?
it's the same architecture. I
Like,
mean, it's
i7, i5? What? i7's better than i5. I want to buy the i7. And that's like, I've critiqued them. They need to change to like X or something. X5, X7. Get people questioning this stuff. Their whole I naming scheme is really, I mean, it supports guys, I shouldn't be complaining. It supports guys like me who reflip used stuff.
yeah.
So like, yeah, thanks Intel.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but if you're someone like me who's a little more kind of in the middle, I would say I prefer new stuff, partly because it does
yeah.
lower the price of used stuff, but I also want new stuff just to be able to experiment with it and build cool stuff with it. Come on, like
Snob.
I I really wish. I know that came off probably really.
Yeah, I like my new stuff.
Oh my God, I like a little bit of both. I mean, come on, what can I say?
Oh.
But I said this in a video. I'm so sick of recommending AMD stuff. Not because I hate AMD. I love what they're doing, but I am tired of recommending the same stuff to everybody. Oh, I have about six to $800 to spend. Okay, how about a 2600 or a 3600? I have about $1,200 to spend. I'm gonna mostly game. Okay, how about a 3600 and RTX 2080? Like I'm sick of the same CPUs coming up in these conversations because it's just like a one-way street now, and that's good to an extent. I mean, the CPUs are available and they're pretty cheap, but I want to struggle to recommend one or the other. I don't want to come across as like this AMD shill because that's all I recommend. When in reality, I'm just recommending it because it's the only viable thing to
So
recommend.
I told you, you got to
It's
jump over
just
to the news scenes where it's happening. Except right now, it's a difficult spot to be at because of the restrictions. But there's always, it's like every day I go out, it's like a new Kinder Surprise in the used market. You don't know what you're gonna get, and it's
But
like,
you
yeah,
know, there are people who are timid. I mean, there are people who just won't buy used, period, because they just
yeah,
don't have experience with it. Those are the people I'm talking to. I think there are more of them than there are people who are into the used stuff,
yeah,
at least who I deal with, because that's all they've known is just buying new. That buying used is risky, and
yeah.
I don't like meeting sellers in
Yeah,
private places. Blah,
that's
blah.
because there's just these few bad apples that literally do, man.
Sure, yeah,
They just
I agree.
so sleazy, dude. They'll just like
Yep.
I had one guy calling me up a few months ago saying, "Look, I got this, Brian. You got to be careful of this, man." And someone guy sold me a 1070, but he put like some like HD 5850 in there, some potato GPU in the box, and just gave him the box, got the cash, and took off. And I said, dude, you've always got to check the GPU in the
Yep.
box. Never
Yep.
take that stuff for granted. But there's people out there like that will do that. I remember years ago, I'll never forget this guy. I met him at the servo, and he sold me an R9 280 deliberately. I said, is this thing fine? Yeah, man, it's fine. Get it home, installed it. Driver installs, screen goes black. I'm like, yeah,
Of
got
course. Of
hosed.
course.
I messaged
Yeah.
him, I said, dude, what the, yeah,
Yeah.
I
Oh, you
hate
have every
getting
right to be
hosted.
pissed.
Yeah, so that's when I
Yeah.
stopped meeting people at servos. Period. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna go to your
Yeah.
house and pick that stuff up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's just what I mean, it sucks to recommend that to people, and you have to be careful with how you word it because some people do, oh, it's some naive person, I can just go over to anybody's house who says they have something and
Mm.
walk right in and
Yeah.
be held at gunpoint or something insane. But at the end of the day, it's kind of what you have to do if you
Yeah.
want to ensure that the part works. You
Yep.
have to see it running in the system.
Yep.
And you can't just take a whole desktop to like McDonald's. I mean, you probably could. I wonder how many times you could do that before getting kicked out. But like, you bring your monitor and your tower and just like walk it into a McDonald's and plug that stuff in and here you go, man. It's all good. Maybe you could give like McDonald's a royalty on every sale if they let you do that. I don't know. Just someplace
Maybe.
public like that.
So now
And
we've
to have
got
like a little
a
portable. I don't know.
now we've got a campaign going on Twitter. So this stream is sponsored by Corsair. They did say, look, guys, yeah, they got Greg a Virtuoso headset because I was saying, look, you got to
Yo.
get my man a Virtuoso headset, and he pulled off a pop filter from somewhere too. So he's got a pop filter now too. Absolutely amazing.
I'm in the pop
Yeah,
filter club.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So this is so what they got here is this is like crackling ice, man. Damn, I think he's gonna win. Like that's a pretty cool thing. Like he's put RGB over the photo and spun it around. Like
Oh,
I
I
like
gotta
that.
see this.
So basically, you guys can still enter. We'll go to chat for like 10, 20
Oh
minutes.
wow.
Yeah, we'll go to
Yeah, this
chat. Yeah,
impressive.
we'll go to chat for 10, 20 minutes. Just reply to this thread. Anything. You can do anything. Just make us laugh on stream. So it's on Twitter. Take S City. It's my latest tweet. And just reply hashtag Corsair, hashtag I'm Virtuoso. And yeah, we'll read the replies after we go to chat and just chat with you guys. So it's kind of a bit counterproductive here. This is the most
Yeah.
counterproductive I've ever been. It's like, hey, go to Twitter, but hey, we want you to still come and chat. So, okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll read them all. And me and Greg will select a winner. Who's going to be? This is pretty, like, dude, crackling ice is, like, straight away. That's impressive. Like, I like
I've got
that.
it. I've
That
got
was
one that
original.
I
And
I just saw one.
imagine looking this
Mm.
good while slaying. Ah, man, thanks. That's such a... okay, that's pretty good. But, I mean, you've got to decide, too. If someone's saying I'm looking this good, doesn't... So, yeah, you've got half the vote here. Imagine not getting...
Oh my god.
Yeah. And you still look good. Okay, so Taven, Taven Borodon. He's like, yep, the Corsair Virtuoso. Will you save me from... I don't even want to say that word on stream because, yeah, it might get demonetized.
We all know what it is.
Oh, yeah. All right, so far, I think Crackling Ice that's originality points right there.
Dude,
I think
let me read you this one. This is from Kim Ninos. All
Yeah,
right, it says
yeah,
hashtag I am virtuoso,
yeah.
dying gracefully in COD Warzone. Maybe because I can't hear them coming. If only there was a way to
Oh,
fix that.
that's like... Oh, that's a sad story.
Oh
Doesn't...
yeah, he's definitely playing the tear jerker influence right
Yeah,
there.
he's playing the guys feel sorry for me. Um, I like
Please help! I die in COD. Please
you can
help.
get some like you can get cheap. Man, I see speakers getting thrown away everywhere. So never no sound, like absolutely no sound. I'm kind of like I'm not buying that one. Like you always got sound somehow.
Maybe he's using monitor speakers, bro. There is.
They are.
I'd
See, he
almost
should just
rather.
say. He should just say, "I'm using monitor speakers." That's fine.
Yeah, but I'd almost rather not have speakers than use some of the monitor speakers I've heard. I just reviewed a really, really cheap monitor, an NVIDIA
Yeah.
to come out soon,
Yeah.
and the speakers just shouldn't exist. They were absolute dog crap.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah. Yeah.
worst audio clarity you could imagine. It was worse than that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I feel
Okay.
like they were just there just to pump the spec sheet.
Okay, so we got a question from Mark Annett. They said, Brian, how is Skippy in your backyard going? Skippy's good. So there's wallabies, there's red tail wallabies in my backyard, and also big kangaroos. Both of them, there's families that circulate around here. I like the wallabies better. They chilling. They look up at me and they're like, yo, what up? And I'm like, hey man, you liking this backyard? And yeah, like the wallaby family's cool. Like they're pretty chill. Even though the wallabies are faster and they're more scared than the kangaroos, these guys around here, they seem to like it around here, and they just, they chill around here a lot.
Only
So
in Australia,
yeah.
man. Only in Australia.
So okay, yeah, okay. Greg and Brian teaming up for the win. Yep. So okay,
I
I
just
said
noticed your thumbnail. I just noticed your thumbnail. You just like wrote RTX 3060 over like a.
yeah, that's
That is the jankiest thumbnail.
that's it, man. Like this is well, I mean, like, what's the point? Like, why try? Because there's no official leaks yet. So they're going to clearly design the cooler different. So I might as well
Oh my
have a bit of
god,
fun. You
that
only
is
just saw
freaking
it now.
gold.
So
That is gold, dude.
yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so I think everyone's jumped onto Twitter. So there's no questions, guys. We need questions. So
Oh man. Let's just start
okay.
reading the Twitter entries then.
Okay, so, okay. All right, well, we'll go through. We're going through still now. So, we've got Funny is asking for a USB or wireless headset and getting this. The USB just powers those pointless, uncontrollable lights in the headset. Yeah, that is really pointless, actually.
Really
Yeah,
weird.
that's just dumb. Like, that is the dumbest headset design. Like, yeah, so what he's saying is they give you a USB and, like, a mic and audio jack. So you get 3 jacks on that headset probably, and then the USB is just to light it up. It's like, what? What? That is, he's getting some true sorry points. I feel sorry for Trivial Pursuit. That is a genuine, I feel sorry for him. He bought those, those brand, I didn't even know, like Sades or something, Sades. Everyone's like, yeah, man, these headsets are so good, bro. And then like come back in 5 years' time when you got mad tinnitus and tell me if they're still good. Tech, yes, yeah, that's right. Techno City. We gotta get some beats
Matthew
going.
says, he says, I really need a new headset. My current ones give me Corsair.
Oh,
Corsair.
I like it. Yeah, Corsair.
All right,
Nice.
not bad.
Yeah,
Not a bad
not
attempt.
bad. That is pretty good.
Points for
Okay,
attempting.
that's a good one. If your son becomes a priest, do you call him father? No.
Wait, what?
Hey,
Where did that come from?
that's good. That's good. Some of these
Bro.
replies are good. Oh man, I can't read those. I just can't read them, man. Like some of them I can't read. So RGB should just replace their currencies to toilet rolls now. Yeah, RPGs.
Cool.
Like role playing games. Yeah, they should. Toilet paper. Yep, I
Yeah,
agree.
like you have to pay like 2, 3
Yeah.
rolls to get like certain skin or something.
Yeah, I knocked the impact out of that joke myself because I didn't read it properly the first time.
Yeah, you did. You owe that guy
Yeah.
something.
Brian, how is your accent? Actually, Greg, can you do Aussie accent from now?
No, I'm good. I would
Yeah.
rather spare your audience of the
Yeah.
auditory pain.
I said we got asked from Christos 2212. He said, Brian, what model are the headset and how they sound? Well, they sound. This is the Virtuoso, and they do sound really good. I started using these on stream initially because I tried the mic out, and everyone said the mic was really good, and that's the most important thing
I
with
really like
streaming.
That's what
And
sold me on it too.
I like having a headset instead of a condenser because I'd move around. I'm throwing curveballs, and when you do that, your audio is going to be off. So at least with a headset, you move around, you got audio, you go off stream. You're like, hey guys, you can't see me anymore, but you can still hear me, and that is the most important part. And yeah, this headset's really good for wireless because when I'm, say for instance, I'm building a PC and I'm chatting to someone, I don't have to. I can be anywhere in my studio and doing Tech
Oh,
S11.
wireless, you say, huh? Hmm.
Yeah, but that's not for stream, right? People don't care if there's a bit of dial-up voice work in when
Dial
I'm
up.
having a casual chat, right?
There's like a
Yeah,
56K
yeah,
modem going off in the
yeah.
background.
So that's right. See, like at the start of the stream, you sounded like you're on dial-up. Now you're good.
Oh my God, that
Yeah,
is an
that's
exaggeration to say.
no,
I
it's true.
actually, I in the very beginning when we live streamed, I lied to you and I said that I was wired when I wasn't. And I saw a few people say, "Oh, it sounds better." That is called the placebo effect, my friend.
Yeah.
And that indicates to me that there isn't much of a difference, at
Okay.
least to them on their end,
All right.
after YouTube compresses everything and Skype compresses everything. Because remember, I'm going through Skype and then through your encoder. So
All right.
I'm getting double
Really good
whacked.
question here. We got is the GPU any insight on why GPU prices are so high again? Even old gen cards are inflated AF. And yeah, this is the whole thing. It's the crunch. This is what's happening. Use supply, new supply. It's all coming to a crunch now. And what you're going to see is prices just go up. Um, Unfortunately, and so that's why it's just the crunch. That's it. Supply is tightening all around. Demand hasn't. Demand, in actual fact, has probably gone up more so because people are like, well, I'm going to be home for the next few months. I'm going to need a gaming PC, or I'm going to need a gaming PC for my kid because he's not going to be at school as much. So there's the demand's gone up, supply's dropped. It's just that formula for higher prices, man. Um, we got. I wonder why Intel wants to name their CPU as Rocket. Probably the IPC gains. That's like, hey, we've got some gains. It's a rocket.
It's probably a play on AMD's Ryzen, right? Because Ryzen, like we're rising above our past plagues,
Yeah,
and Intel's like, all right, let's come up with something as clever as Ryzen. So they
yeah,
just said Rocket because we want to rise above them,
yeah.
I guess.
So one thing I'm curious about with stream is like every time I make a video, Marco's like the first comment. Now, like every time now I'm on stream, he never comes in chat. So yeah, that's Marco. Anyway, so that's we. All right, we're gonna finalize in the next minute. We're gonna finalize and then we're gonna read out the winners. So I'm gonna say so far the Corsair. Yeah, he's getting Corsair. That's my favorite, man. That's
Because it's
it.
applicable to the product being given
Yeah,
away.
that's
So
it.
I think
Yeah,
that was pretty clever. Yep.
that's yeah. My man's he's winning the point board so far. Hey, he's got the Corsair running through. So that's okay. Why are 10-year-old QX9770s still $200? That is a mystery to me as well. Yeah, I'd have no idea. It's definitely not worth that. So maybe a collector's item. I don't know. You reckon I should sell my 3700X now for the same price I bought it and upgrade to a 3900X when the Ryzen 4000 drops? Not if you're gonna like if you're gonna try and sell it now and then try and get something else now. I'd be very careful with that because even though you can sell it for what you got it for now, everything else you might want to change to might have gone up in price too. So relative economics, situational economics. Be careful of that. You buy in a good market, you sell in a good market. You sell in a bad market, you buy in a good market, you're going to lose money. So,
Mm.
and vice versa. So yeah, well, that's how the world works. Traders, baby, trading. I love trading. Did I tell you? Did I tell you I love trading?
No way.
Yeah. All right. Anyway,
Dude, these are expensive. QX9770s are like $200, but they're all from
yeah.
China. I wonder if China's like scooped them all up, like it's like the diamond trade, you know?
It's a
They
pointless
just
CPU, man. I'd rather
mm.
an i7 860 any day of the week.
it's
So
it's only a it's only a quad core, isn't it?
yeah, it's not even hyper threaded. So yeah.
Yeah. What the? Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. The actual tweet's like bugged out because it's not even showing comments. Okay, so when you find out, okay, we're gonna start reading. Okay, finalize now. We're gonna finalize and we're gonna pick a winner. So Corsair's winning so far. When you find out that your normal daily lifestyle is called, oh man, he almost got me there. All right, I've
Mm,
seen that
mm,
I've seen
mm.
that meme like 20 million times now. Okay. Techno Tech, yes. Hey, Greg and Brian looking mint in those headphones. Time for RGB, am I right? Yeah. So it's time for RGB, but we need a joke with shock value. I think that's the thing. I really need a new headset. My current one gives me Corsair. That's it. As he's winning. So Matt, you're winning right now. Do you agree? You think Matthews winning right now?
Yeah, the Corsair one was
Yeah.
probably the most clever because it
Yeah.
had something to do with the headset.
Video games don't make us violent. Lag does.
That is true. It's a true statement, but
It's true. But how does it pertain to the Virtuoso headset?
exactly. Yeah, it's a gaming headset. Yeah.
Okay. You know who's safe from all this mayhem? A Corsair. True. Hey, Rodrigo. He's coming in. Rodrigo's come in with a pretty legit hit there. So a pirate, right? A pirate out in the sea is safe from all this mayhem. Very true. I like, man. That's a good one. Okay, that's a good one. I'm Virtuoso, dying gracefully on Cold War Zone because I can't hear them coming. Yeah, that was the simple. Okay. Alright, needing a new headset, rip too much wired headsets. As a league player and also play Jin, the Virtuoso with this headset, I can become a Virtuoso too.
My God.
Alright, that's a bit too much.
That hashtag.
Yeah, that was a bit... Okay. What do computers eat when they get hungry? Chips. Yeah, I mean, that's a good one, but it doesn't apply to the Virtuoso. More RGB. Okay, crackling ice too. Something funny. Just kidding. Oh, man, don't post No, not politics. Oh, man, I got hit with... Come on, guys.
Did you see the one from It's Just EBM? I don't understand this meme.
Yeah.
It's like a horse staring at an ocean, but like nobody's on the horse, and it just says "man."
Okay.
Do you see that one?
Okay, so we're trying to make... Maybe chat can fill in the context.
I feel like there's something like it might be something out there.
Like maybe the horse is bored.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so we've read these. Let's go through. My headset clips with minor bits of loudness. Help me. You need the Iamavirtuoso. The street won't forget this win, brother. Yeah, that's right. The streets won't forget this win.
Read Jperez's tweet, but don't read it out loud.
Okay.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
Read it.
Okay. I like it, eh?
I do too. I just wish it wasn't so vulgar.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I like it. Jperez, I like it, dude. I mean, I live in Queensland, dude, so this kind of stuff's funny. Oh man. Okay, I'm liking that. So we got some good contestants. I think Corsair, like I'm liking all the comments that stand out, and then Corsair can pick. I think maybe because I can't pick. There's a few good ones here, eh? And I don't like going round robin. So make sure you stay followed to me and Corsair and Greg, and we'll pick the winner because it's gonna take a while. Like okay, so we've run out anyway. If your son becomes a priest, call him father. We've read that one. I don't have anything funny to say. My headset is just broken. Oh.
Wow.
I'm sorry, man. I do feel for you. I mean, if he's on the Gold Coast, I've got a cheap Sades headset I can give to him. I can give that to him.
There you go. Look at that. Good guy, Brian. Good guy, Brian.
That's fine. Okay. So there we go. Man, Jperez really came in with like...
I know.
Yeah, all right. So, all right, naturally, dude, I'm going with Jperez. Yeah, he's got to be the winner. Like, we saw that.
How would Corsair feel if the winner chosen was a winner that made a joke like that? I mean, us guys might think like ha ha ha, but like the whole PC culture, like not personal computer culture, the other PC culture.
I've never been. I don't believe in being PC. I've never been PC. I just don't like it. Yeah, sure. I can't.
I know.
I can't be anti. I can't be anti-PC, but if you can't see the funny side in that joke, then man, your life sucks.
You'd be surprised. There are a lot of people who probably would.
Yeah, but
But
like
Corsair
if you
self-stuff
can't
is
see how it could be funny, like you know what I mean? Like I can see how
no.
like say for instance, I don't laugh at a lot of sitcoms, but I can see how it's funny. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't rag on it. But yeah, like
yeah.
that's just funny. I just thought it's funny. So yeah.
Maybe do like maybe have like a vote, run like
Yeah.
a
Okay.
poll on Twitter and see. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go yeah, we'll have a poll and then we'll have a poll on Twitter. Those are the three guys, and then we'll pick the winner. So congratulations, though. One of you three guys is going to win Corsair, and then headphones, and crackling. Oh, crackling ice is in there too with the RGB, so that's 4.
Oh, yeah, that'll be our fourth one.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
and who was the other one again? It was the
Matthew, the Corsair one,
yeah, there's Corsair, the
the
pirate, the mate. Yeah,
pirate.
yeah,
Yep.
Rodrigo. Okay, cool. So we got 4 potentials. Okay, let's get back to chat. We'll answer a few more questions, then we're gonna scoot and boot for you guys. So, any questions that we need answered before we get on out of here?
Mm.
Because I've got to go mow lawn today. Did you know that?
I did that yesterday.
Oh, you
Yep.
did. Good guy, Greg. GGG, triple G, man. Good guy, Greg, mowing the lawns. But did you come back?
There is something satisfying about
Did you
that,
come
yeah.
back inside like, and you're a bit sweaty, and Lisa's like, "Oh, you're such a good husband and father," and
Dude,
you're like,
I always freaking try that. I'm always like, I'll
"One of
stand
them
there and I'll look
points."
really pretty, and she'll just, she'll
Yeah,
just keep doing her thing. I mean, she
yeah.
works her butt off to
Oh,
keep the
okay.
baby in the kitchen and
Yeah,
everything else she does like in
yeah,
check. Like she cleans
yeah,
the house like every day. She's a
yeah.
workaholic, but
Okay.
I come in sweating,
Yeah.
and I like trying to look good. I'll give her a little pose,
Yep.
and she'll be like, by the way, you need to wash the dishes or something like that. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my god, it's just I can't get it, man. No matter what I try, she makes it
Oh, well
it's too
now
hard for you. It's
look.
never gonna be that easy.
Well, now you've got a new one. Now you can walk inside and say, "Hey, Lisa, my name's Phones."
I gotta show
Oh,
her. I
she
got
broke. Dude, this even, she just walked. Oh god, she just walked in. Just tell her my name's
hey
Phones.
baby, here,
Yeah,
come read this.
yeah.
Come read this. Tweet real quick, okay? Just come read it.
Oh, yeah,
Hold on, I gotta pull up Brian's tweet so you can read the.
yeah.
All right. Oh,
Hey,
why did I
Lisa.
type it tweet? Tag. Oh, Brian says hey.
Hi.
All right, all right. Here it goes. I want you to read this tweet and tell me what you think. We think this is the most clever tweet wins a headset. So we were scrolling through trying to see which one was best, and
Yeah.
we thought Jperez was
Yeah,
pretty
yeah, yeah. As an upstanding, beautiful lady, what do you what's your thoughts on this?
I wonder if she knows that term because she's
Yeah.
German.
Okay.
Do you know what
Yeah.
giving
Yeah.
that word means?
No, I don't get it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's
we're
all
gonna
right.
have to have a
Yeah.
talk after
Yeah,
this.
yeah. We'll have to have a talk. Just yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
fill you in.
go mow the lawns and then come back inside and say what's up. Name's
That's
Phones.
right.
Okay.
Get it? So what is that?
Yeah.
So okay, so yeah, I'll have to explain it.
Okay. So we got some questions
So-
coming in now, and
Birds
it's
and the bees, baby. Uh,
yeah. So we got some questions coming in now, and it's is RTX 3000 scared of Crisis? Not sure. Like
RTX
I think RTX 3000 will be like the Crisis Conqueror. Like that's what I think. 9900K, long-term investment or crap? 9900K is gonna be fine. It's just, it's gonna be like it's gonna be a good gaming CPU for another like 3 or 4 years at least. So, because new consoles are 8 cores, 16 threads. Just put that into perspective. They're gonna last for another 4 years. Well, when they eventually get, yeah, you're looking at like 8 cores, 16 threads being relevant for quite a while. And then, okay, tweet. Oh, have you got to go, Greg? Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
No,
Greg's
you're
gotta
good.
visit.
No, you're
Okay.
good.
Zen 3 performance. Yeah, we just discussed that before. Brian, where's your cat?
Oh, you have a cat?
That's sad. Yeah, my cat passed, man. Like
Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Like I didn't
Oh.
talk about it on the channel, but like, yeah,
Oh.
it's just he was almost 19 years old too.
Oh,
So,
wow. Well, that's
yeah,
a good life,
he
man.
had a
That's-
good
that's long.
he had a good run, man. It's sad,
Yeah.
man. They're like family members, dude. So
Oh yeah.
yeah,
No,
poor,
I can't even think about Pepsi
yeah,
doing that.
yeah.
For
Poor
sure.
poor cheeky, man. Poor cheeky. So That's yeah, it's just that was sad, man. So my poor cat passed, and just a lovely cat. He was just we picked him from a animal rescue place, so it's
That's cool, man.
yeah, we get most, like, our cats, like, that's how we've had our cats in the past. We've picked them up off the street and just given them a life, man. So yeah, it's they're just, the cats are so beautiful, man. They're just amazing. That's why I did a tweet on Twitter about this chick who was throwing her cat or something, and the cat, like, you saw it on the stream.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
the cat.
Yeah.
The cat was
Yeah,
just,
and then-
I've never seen a cat do, never in my whole life, dude. We've lived with cats our whole lives. Never seen a cat that, like, hate its owner that much. That was so
It
bad.
went up and bit her, like,
Yeah.
but she there was a stream before of her like throwing it, right?
Yeah.
Didn't she, like, it climbed up in front of her stream and she, like, picked it up and, like, threw it, like,
Yeah.
it's not like she just kind of, like, tossed him or, like, here you go, let me help you jump this way. Like, she just straight threw him over her back or something like that.
Yeah.
It was, man. I mean, I know they're cats; they'll probably be all right, but you still don't. You just don't do something like
Yeah.
that. I don't know.
So yeah, some dude's calling me about my $350 Fortnite gaming PC. Like, he's like, man, I really want it. I was like, that one's already sold. So, like,
Really?
I gotta take down my ads, man. So, like, yeah.
Yeah, that's the other half of the ball game is
Yeah.
remembering to take down the ones that you've already sold.
Yeah. So, all right. So we got. Do I stream on Twitch? No, like, not really. I just don't have time, man. Between doing, like, all the stuff on the channel, making the vids for you guys, doing the hustle and stuff. I do want to stream, but on Twitch, but I think we'll just leave it to YouTube for now. Because look, we got something comfortable going on here. Greg is, he's a good co-host, man. I like the guy. We don't argue.
Hey.
Like, it's the thing is, like, you got to find a dynamic, right? Like, we don't argue, like, hey man, like, I hate your opinion. It's like,
hurry up, bro.
yeah.
I just respect you, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's just like, it's just a conversation, man. Like, chill out. You know what I mean? So yeah, Greg's chill. That's what I like, man. Like, if you want to get all pretentious and stuff like that, yeah, just take a hike, brother. Like this, in the past we've had I've had, like, so co-hosts that have done that, and yeah, they've had to take a hike. So, yeah, I'm not going to talk about who, but it's long forgotten now, but yeah. All right, so anyway, last question. All right, so we got, hey, Brian, do you have any donatable 1366 Xeons, please? I've got some, like, really, like, crap ones that I wouldn't use in gaming PCs. If you want them, sure, bro. But, like, wasting a 3066, like, socket with one of these Xeons is just not worth it. So, like, you can put an i7 920 in there or something. I've got one of them I could give away if you're local. But yes, if you're local too, like, some people contact me and they're like, hey man, I want you to post this stuff. It's like, dude, that cost me like $50 to post something to you. The part's not even worth that, man. Like, yeah. So anyway, all right, guys, we're gonna close off the stream. Big thanks to Greg for joining us, and big thanks to Corsair for sponsoring out the stream. I am a virtuoso.
Thank you, Corsair. I'm a virtuoso. Even
I'm-
though that sounds a little silly.
I am a. Do you say I am a or I am a?
I am a virtuoso. Yeah,
I am a.
Yeah.
What do you guys do? What do you guys do? Is it
I say
Canada? Is it Canada? Does I am a virtuoso?
Well, they say a lot, like, hey, how you doing, eh?
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Your accent that you tried to, like, mimic an American accent
That's
sounded
weird.
like a Canadian accent.
So, like, this is Canadian. Yeah. All right. I'll just keep going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's more northern.
Rock on.
Like, it's
All right, dudes.
definitely not no southern accent.
Okay.
You gotta stretch out your vowels.
Okay, man. I'm like, yeah, well, we're just going to pull the stream off here, guys, and just with a couple accents, the typical stuff. I'm a very, like, thanks for Corsair, this amazing headset. Like, yeah, just so good. Like, oh, just so good. Like, just, like, get a look at it. Like, oh, it's so good. And it's got a mic, and it's got, like, wireless, and it's just read the spec sheet. I'll just read the spec sheet for you guys. Yeah.
And the link is in his description.
Yeah.
It should be.
Yeah.
You click. Is it in there? Somewhere in there.
But I will say the most impressive thing about this headset is the mic. The audio, that's, like, it's good. Like, but I've got, say for instance, I've got Fidelio L2s and L1s. I do prefer the sound on the Fidelios, but this mic, and that's just like it's a sound thing. I would use these as my main, because of the mic. It's so good. So the mic is really
And
good.
you can still have 80-90% of the audio quality, the audio clarity,
Oh, you can,
and a much better mic, and I would take that any day of the week. You know?
Yeah. So.
It's more versatile all around.
All right, guys. Big thanks for tuning in. I love each and every one of you. Stay tuned for another episode of Tech Something with the Curveballs. We got my man Greg peacing out. Do you want to take this one away with a peace out for now? Bye. There's something. Say something and then do a peace out for now. Bye.
Peace out for now, boy.
Oh, we need a bit of a story before. Like you need to say,
I don't have
"Hey
a
guys,
story.
I just got in from mowing the lawn, and me missus did not appreciate what I was doing, and now I've got to go." Like something. Just give a bit of story.
So I woke up. Oh my god, that was a terrible accent. So I woke up yesterday. No, fuck. I can't do it. All right. Hold on. Give me a second. I got this.
Just go.
Every time. All right. So I woke up yesterday morning, and I find out there's a wallaby in my yard. And I'm like, what's wallaby doing in my yard? So I take a water hose, start spraying the wallaby. And he doesn't leave. He's just thirsty. Starts drinking it. So that's all I got for this one. Peace out for now. Bye.
Bye.